How's it going? How's every little thing? Welcome to this California Gold Rush. Today, we're going to take this cemented gravel conglomerate, put it in that, and crush it. See if we can find any gold. And we still have a hurt left foot, so we'll be doing things all right. Oh! As erosion or alterations occur, the water will collect heavy deposits of material into areas, whether it be in a valley or if it's on a bench deposit. But it collects all the heavy materials, and you'll have iron oxides, gravels, gold, metallics of other kinds collected into that material. It ends up forming into a hard, consistent mass, cemented gravel. You're going to have like a Dura crust, which is just going to be composed of just essentially waste material, silt, clays, stuff like that. And then you're going to have zones, layers of conglomerate, like ferricrete. There's all different stuff. We have the cemented gravel, called, well known as the Sierra Cement, over the Tertiary Channel in California. That's another strata which is capped over some stuff like this. Now, in this case, this stuff came from a small creek of an old riverbed that was up on a high deposit. Me and Petey had been out exploring an area up in Northern California. We stumbled across some stuff when we were out walking around in the mountains. Came across an old wash. Now, what the old wash was a high point where it plateaued, and then what was the old creek as the mountains came up, that old creek never actually fully went down and dropped all the material down into where the old riverbed was laying. So it was a high deposit of a high creek off of an ancient riverbed. Alright, so let's take a look at our material. There's a lot of iron in this stuff, but as you can see, there's a lot of gravel in there, lots of little broken up pieces of quartz. It's very hard. Some of the pieces, there's not as much gravel, but I had a hard time getting off what I got off, because this stuff is literally hard as cement, concrete. Lots of nice big pieces of quartz in there. Now, I didn't have a metal detector the day that we were out there. Me and Petey I was actually just taking Petey for a walk, exploring. So we're going to take the metal detector real quick, see if we get any signals off of it before we crush them up, and we have a better idea of what we're going to get. Alright, so we did get a few faint targets. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. I had the headphones out. We did get a few faint ones, so it gives me hope, but there is a lot of iron oxides and stuff in here, so the Fisher Gold bug is definitely going to sound off on those. But I still like the looks of it. Some really good looking material, especially this one. Going to use this as a classifier after I crush the stuff. I'll put this inside the pan and then just dump the material straight out of that. So we're going to throw them in this. It's a really nice, this thing's got some weight to it. I'm not sure of the name brand. It's made in Montana, so it's made in USA, which is pretty nice. That's the logo, if anybody knows the logo. But I borrowed this from a buddy, because I don't have my impact mill anymore. So we're going to use this, give it a try, see how it goes. crushed up. We have our larger stones taken out, and some of like the terracrete, more of a Sierra cement type, like this, like I was talking about earlier. This is what caps over the old river channel. If you can find this stuff and find a spot where you can get underneath it, that's the gravel, the cemented gravel you're going to want. So we got a lot of quartz pieces that we had taken out. I'd looked through them. I didn't see anything in them. I'll put them aside for now. There's a couple like this one that I want to put aside for now, that we're going to look at with the loupe after we're done. Alright, so let's get panning. So as I was picking out the larger rocks before I pan it back, I saw a fleck of gold. So I know there's something in there. So let's get this pan down, we'll check it out. You know what, I got some clean water too. I'm going to put some clean water in here. I know I saw at least one piece in here. I don't see anything yet. Oh, there's a piece right there. Oh, there's two pieces in there. See them right there? Probably can't see because of the angle. Let me pan this down. Oh yeah, there's a couple pieces in there. Yep. Quite a bit actually. There's another one right here. Yep. Oh, there's one piece that's sliding down right there. There we go, that's a better angle. There's a couple nice actual little chunky pieces in there. Some fines too. Just little chunky pieces in there actually. One, two, three, 4, 5 pickers, pokers anyway, and some fines. It's a good amount of fines in there too, and even the fines are a little chunky. Some nice looking pieces. The one in the bottom left and the one above it have a real lot of iron on them. I don't know if you can see it or not. Some nice little pieces in there, along with some dust. That's a good result. And we have this spot pinpointed, so we know exactly where to go back to. Maybe even drop a claim on it, because it's open ground. Nice. There's our smaller stuff. It's actually not even that small. There's some nice little chunky pieces. A little bit of dust. It was only probably equal amount of black sand in there all together. Okay, so that was a great result for a test of a new area. Having found color like that, we're definitely going to go back to that location. Like I said, there's quite a bit of it open, meaning that you can access it without taking any actual overburden off of it. But before we end this video, what can you take away from this episode and cemented gravel? Because not all of it is going to have gold. Like I said, you got a bunch of different stratas and different situations too, depending on what it is. This material is from an old riverbed, now old creek bed off of an old riverbed. It's a little different. In other areas you can have cemented gravel too, meaning that if you have glacial events, especially ones that have pushed through areas where there's been gold, like this type of material. That type of material is composed along the same lines pretty much. It was a series of stuff, iron oxides, gold, heavy material that was being pushed and would get stuck and trapped in certain valleys. As the ice recedes, it's going to melt and push down. At one point there's going to be a lake. The lake's going to have variations in water too. All these actions can move stuff around and put stuff in bands also. So not only when you're in the river, you might find a layer where there's going to be a layer of material that's along the same lines as the conglomerate where you're getting the gold. That could be a floodplain where that material was laid down eons ago. That material, depending on where you are, glacial places, that is the same everywhere. So you can take that everywhere you go. But as far as finding stuff, high bench deposits and stuff like that off of the old riverbed, you really got to pay attention to your geology and what you're actually working with and what you're looking at. And then each spot is going to have a little bit of variation too. It might change things just a little bit, depending on height or, you know, the way that it was set up when it was set up on a topographical form, you know, the way that the valley was actually composed. A lot of stuff can really change things around a lot. So just pay attention to those things. I hope you guys can take something off this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Being hurt, I get to sit back, do a little bit of panning, find some gold, and give myself a checkpoint that I can put a big star next to. So stay tuned. We got some more videos coming up. If you guys like this video, please hit the thumbs up, share it, drop a comment. All those things help. Alright, till the next one. You dig?